Sir? Sir?
And I thought that was going to be about all the spice I was getting this episode. I was wrong. Between Us returned this week, and I can't lie. I was almost more worried for episode 2 than I had been for episode 1. Episode 1 had a lot to live up to, but episode 2 now had to live up to the standards of Until We Meet Again and the wave of happiness that I had gained from episode 1. That's a lot to ask of a poor episode 2, and yet it bodied the task. We start the episode with a nervous Team taking the day off of school to think guiltily about his romp with Win on the school trip. Win is also thinking about their time together, but he seems a little less upset about things. Team warns his friends of his absence, and when they let the swim team know, we learn just how whipped for Team Win already is. Not that episode 1 didn't give us enough wistful stares to clue us in already. Win stops by to deliver soup, flirt, and tease Team over their encounter. I have to admit, I was a little worried that Team had mixed feelings about what had happened because of the repetition of things like stop feeling guilty. But that cute little smile after he kicked Win out of the dorm does an amazing job of easing my concerns. The writers make a valiant effort to include Minao and Prook's growing relationship, refer back to Dean and Parm as needed to give us a timeline check, and introduce our new relationships with Tull and Juan, Win's brother, and whoever MIA student is with A, B, and C. I say a valiant effort because, while it is appreciated, and I like that they are trying to flesh out characters, ultimately, I really care more about what's going on with Win and Team. Win and Team grow closer. We even get a very BL reluctantly sharing a car together scene, as we still get a sense of friendships between both characters and callbacks to Parm cooking every minute of his waking hours during Until We Meet Again. Win is a jealous bean, but it plays more cute than frustrating, and Team snarks right back. The dynamic really works for them. Win takes Team out to eat, because Team's love of food was one of his main personality traits in the first series. Side note, does anyone else miss Lay's? Where is the sponsorship? Where is the ridiculous love triangle that is Win Team Lay's? We get our second hint that Team is not so secretly happy with Win's attentions when he compliments Win for being caring. He also is informed by Tull that effectively Win's affection is not common and he should feel special, but I'm not sure he picked up on those revelations as of yet. This is followed by another hint of our would-be angst for the series. Win is discussing being a middle child, and when he asks Team about his own family, Team begins to shut down. This, combined with the previous episode's childhood trauma hint, has me guessing there might be a dead family member for me to cry over in the future. I have actually been really enjoying the lighter atmosphere between us so far, but I suppose I would have to be a bit naive to believe that there isn't some sad dramatics coming. After all, this show is a spin-off to Until We Meet Again, and I was basically asked to cry every episode of that, along with Fluke. The show lightens the mood again by letting Win tease Team about the tattoos only he has seen. And a drink ad turned sneak kiss that had me blushing along with Team. We get our third hint that Team is fully on board with their relationship, and not just being pursued, when he purposely waits for Win so that they can drive home together. And, cliche moment alert, Team falls into Win as he is tugged up from his seat, only to bump chests and stare into each other's eyes. It's cute as hell, and when Win asks Team to kiss him, I am 100% on board with that. The episode ends with a reminder that this is a 14-plus series, and Win and Team are an adventurous little couple as they head back to the locker rooms for a voyeuristic defiling of a shared club space. Team finally makes it clear that they are both enjoying their canon-stated relationship, and that if anyone got bored, they would break up. That immediately stands out to me as something to be wary of being used as an escape in future episodes, but I am easily distracted by their passionate kisses and wondering if their backs are going to be bruised as hell because those lockers are metal and had bits that were sticking out. This episode delivers just as well as episode 1, maybe even more so. Win and team are the focus of the episode, and our moments with the other characters are in service of fleshing out their storylines and what is to come. There is still Dean and Parm, but much less than in episode 1, and Talwan and Manao Pruk are developed, but the show does give us our mains mostly. Their relationship seems to be building well, and they haven't forgotten that Team and Win move fast and until we meet again, and here too. It seems to fit them, and even though there is a sense of teasing and feigned disinterest, it really does seem like they already like each other and consider themselves in a relationship. Of course, that means that future episodes are going to break this dynamic down before they build it back up. But hey, I was always prepared for Between Us to make me cry in the future. And with the 9 out of 10 that is episode 2, I will accept the tears that are to come as long as they keep the quality of episode 3, what they have been achieving so far.